YouTube. How you all doing? Hope you're all doing well and all behaving yourselves. Now I've seen a few people do this recently. Just show you what they've been watching and let you know what they think of it. So I thought I'd give it a crack. This is everything I've seen over the last week out of the collection. Like I say, I'll just show you what I've watched, give you my brief thoughts. I won't go too in depth because I'm no Mariella Frostrop. For one, I don't have the legs or the husky voice, but I'll do what I can. So let's crack on without further ado. First this week, I rewatched The Guernsey. I always have to read the title. Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. Now I've done a review of this on the channel earlier in the week, so if you want my full thoughts on it, give it a watch. But I really do enjoy this film, and it's nice to see a couple of my friends and followers have been watching it as well. Larry watched it, he really liked it, and I see Stuart George on his latest pickup, he's just picked it up. So I think you'll enjoy that one, mate. Next up, I watched The Witch. And I think these CX stickers are getting worse. For a while they were getting easy to peel off, but they've gone back to what they were. I think I'm going to have to send them another snarky email. But anyway, yeah, The Witch. I love this film. This is all about a family. They get cast out of their village for one reason or another and set up home in the forest. It's got Anya Taylor-Joy. It's got, I can never remember his name properly, Ralph Ineson, best known probably as Finchy from The Office, bloody good rep. And they set up in the forest and things go amok from there. They get haunted. Is haunted the right word when it's a demon? I don't suppose it is. But their goat is possessed by a demon, and things go south rather rapidly. Really, really good slow burn atmospheric horror. I really, really like that. It's top tier horror for me. And Robert Eggers, the director, he's remaking Nosferatu. Now I'm not really one for remakes, but I can't wait to see what he's going to make of that. Really, really. I think that's this year. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Next up, Larry sent me this one, Quigley Down Under. Tom Selleck in an Australian Western, big moustache and all. Really, really good fun, this one. He gets a job on a ranch which is owned by Alan Rickman, his name got out of my head then, who is absolutely fantastic as ever as the bad guy, right up there with Die Hard Hans Kruger and Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. At first he employs Selleck. He thinks he's going to be shooting dingoes, but he wants him to be shooting Aborigines, which Selleck don't like, and it all goes astray from there. Yeah, really, really good stuff. I think for me, who stole the movie was Laura San Giacomo, I think is her name, playing Crazy Cora in the love interest. Really, really did well in that. Next I watched a Marlene Dietrich film. Regular viewers will know that it's a favourite of mine, in The Scarlet Empress. It's a different role for her. Normally she plays the femme fatale that all the guys are after, but in this one she played a Prussian lady, which is now part of Germany, I believe. A bit of geography for you there, guys. And she marries into the Russian royal family and becomes Queen Catherine. Yeah, quite enjoyed it. It's not her best film, but yeah, it was all right. And I don't know how historically correct it is. I think it was on a true person, but don't quote me on that. Yeah, it's quite good fun. Next up, Larry picked up in a charity shop a copy of Dial M for Murder, which got me thinking that I hadn't seen it for a long time, so I dragged out my copy, and I never knew, well, I never realised that Hitchcock had made a 3D film before, which quite surprised me. Yeah, this is really good. Not top tier Hitchcock, but second tier Hitchcock is better than most directors' good stuff. Rainbowland, the beautiful Grace Kelly, Robert Cummings. This is a really, really interesting murder case. And the crux of the murder, how the investigator decides who did the murder, all hinges on the whereabouts of a key. And it was really, really clever how it all fell together, how he discovered where the key was and who shouldn't have had it and how it happened. Yeah, really, really good stuff. Really enjoyed that one, as ever with Hitchcock. And then, because I'd watched one Hitchcock, you can't just watch one, you have to watch another. And I delved into my Hitchcock Masterpiece collection, which is a brilliant, brilliant set, a must for any Hitchcock fan. And I watched, bear with me, it's coming up, The Man Who Knew Too Much. This is a remake of Hitchcock's earlier, I think it was a 40s film. He'd already made this one, but he got it more up to date, starring James Stewart and Doris Day. James Stewart witnesses a murder, and the victim passes him a note, which, if he divulges the information to anybody, they've kidnapped his kid, and the kid's going to get it if he tells anybody. Now this is really, really tense stuff. There's a scene in the Royal Albert Hall where the full orchestra and the guy's got the cymbals, and the assassin's planning to shoot somebody when the cymbals clash so they don't hear the bullet, and just it's typical Hitchcock, the build up, the suspense. Again, not top tier Hitchcock, but still, as I said before, second tier Hitchcock is better than most people's best. Really, really good stuff. As a rewatch that was, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's worth the wait. Slide that back in there, that's what she said. Next we had a bit of a quiet week, really, not see that many. The Invisible Man remake. Oh, that's good. Yeah, the Invisible Man remake. I've seen this before. Weren't really a fan. That's quite spooky, isn't it? But I was reading and gets good reviews, so I thought maybe it's me. Maybe I caught it at the wrong moment. So I decided to rewatch it, and no, I was right and everybody else was wrong. This is dull. The original James Whale, I think 1933, directed with Claude Rains, is much the superior movie. It's got heart. It's got none of that. And it's really, really daft. Like, the Invisible Man's going around killing people and blaming it on his wife, but nobody ever looks at a security camera to think, oh no, it's not his wife. It's weird events. Also, the Invisible Man in a suit. The Invisible Man, he takes a potion. Everybody knows that. Come on now. But one thing I'll say, Elizabeth Moss, what a brilliant actress she is. I must see more of hers. Yeah, so, weren't a fan. Well, it's not terrible, but it's not as good as they make out. Another one, I was on a bit of a roll here. I won this on a competition on the brilliant Graham's channel, Man v Film. I'm sure everybody knows him, but if you don't know him, go over and subscribe. Thousands and thousands of followers, and he knows his stuff. But yeah, he sent this over to me. Thanks very much, Graham. It's took me a while to get round to it. The Working Class Goes to Heaven. And sorry, mate, if you're watching, I weren't a fan. It's all about this guy works in a factory, accidentally cuts his finger off, and he starts campaigning with students and unions for better working conditions. And to be honest, it was 2 hours of Italians shouting at each other and getting on my nerves. Not one I don't think I'll watch again. But again, it's another one that's quite well reviewed, so maybe it's just me. That's The Working Class Go to Heaven. And lastly, this morning, a nice Sunday morning watch when it's nice and quiet, I watched the brilliant Fritz Lang's Human Desire. Now this stars the brilliant Glenn Ford, which I'm a big fan of. Watched a lot of his films. The lovely Gloria Graham and Broderick Crawford, who I always want to try and call Matthew Broderick. That'd be pretty wrong, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is great. Brilliant film noir. It's all the actors pretty much were in the big heat with Fritz Lang as well, so I think this was his follow-up film. Classic film noir. It's got all the elements you'd expect: infidelity, femme fatale, murder. Just one of them films that hook you in and you wonder which way it's going to go. Really, really like that film. Yeah, so that's everything I've been watching this week. Must say, quite a quiet week. I think there's been quite a bit of football on the telly, so I've been watching that as well. Not left me a lot of time for films. So I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see how this goes down. If you seem to like it, I'll show you what I watch most weeks. Thanks for watching. Like if you've liked. Don't worry if you don't, like I always say. Subscribe and all that good stuff. Have a nice rest of your weekend. And you take it easy.